Hey, Mike.
How you doing?
Good.
Good.
Jake, thanks for meeting me.
Hey, Jake. Yeah, why don't you take a seat?
All right. So how have you been?
Good. Yourself?
Not bad.
Right on.
I know last time we talked, your son was, we talked about your son playing basketball. How's the season going?
Good. Yeah, he's only got one technical for dunking and hanging on the rim, but other than that, it's going pretty good. The team he plays for is really good. I think they're ranked 3rd or 4th in the state right now.
How many games have you played?
We've played 3. They got one kid who's already signed with Northern Illinois.
Is that Wagner?
Yeah. And they got another kid, a sure kid, who's a D3 kid somewhere if he wants to play. And we played the 4th ranked team from Minnesota in a smaller division last week or something like that. I can't remember the name of it. They were terrible.
Really?
Yeah, I was surprised. They won state last year and they were horrible.
How many? Do you know how many people went to the school?
Yeah, it's a small. It would have been Wisconsin size. It would have been like a D6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were bad. So
Yeah.
we haven't really played anybody yet.
Yeah.
We played a good team in about. Oh, who's that? Kenosha Trumper? No, Beloit Turner. We played Beloit Turner pretty soon. I think they'll be pretty good.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I know there's not much snow out, but you've been doing any skiing at all, or going any?
None. No. 0. Walking. Yeah. Although, yeah, I forgot they still can hunt in the state parks, and I was there
Yeah, because
hiking,
I'm
and
pretty
I
sure
forgot
T-zone.
about that. Yeah.
I think a T-zone or something today.
Yeah. I didn't get shot though.
That's good. That's
Right.
good. Well, I know you're busy, so I'll keep it short.
Yeah.
So last time we kind of talked, we talked about how sponsoring a club for the Milwaukee Bucks right now helps you with keeping clients. When new clients come to town, you kind of give them something to do, take them out of town.
Mm-hmm.
It also advertises your brand. There's a lot of exposure to Milwaukee people.
Yep.
There's about 19,000 people that go to a game a night.
Correct.
So that's a lot of exposure. It also gives benefits to employees. If you want to give them like a little family fun,
Yep.
family night. Also, what we talked about is continuing this could also lead to more sales or whatever, but only if you're associated with the winner.
Right.
And that's kind of what I want to ask you about first. What do you like? How do you see the Milwaukee Bucks right now in the past and like as the upcoming?
They're struggling a little bit this year. I think it's good that we have, at least we're healthy. Last year we weren't healthy. For the most part, we're healthy this year. We believe, at least I know the community's behind the Bucks, and we think that their management is doing the right things to try to build the program. It's going to take some time because we're quite young, and so we're excited about the process, and we're trying to look at the record as secondary and looking at the structure and how the Bucks, the new arena obviously really excites us. So that's kind of our focus is there, and we'll let the record take care of itself.
Yeah, and obviously 2 years ago they had 15 wins, worst in franchise history, actually worse than NBA history.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, but new coaches and new owners came
Right.
in, and they went to 41 wins, 6th seed in the conference, went to playoffs. So that's obviously a lot of improvement in 1 year.
Right.
Looking forward to about the time, I think it's like 2017-18 season is when the new arena is going to be built.
Yep.
And a lot of NBA analysts are really excited about the Bucks. They actually were rated the #1 core in the young core in the NBA, with the oldest person in that core being 26 years old, which is obviously very young for a starting player.
Provided you can keep them though, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, they just signed a 4-year deal.
Okay.
It was Greg Monroe. He came in the offseason. And what's cool about that is that the Bucks out-signed him from the New York Knicks and the Los Angeles Lakers. So that means they're competing with big markets.
Sure.
So that also leads to the NBA thinking that the Bucks can win now, win some games, but they're supposed to dominate later, be a future powerhouse of the NBA. So that's something to look forward to about the time the new arena comes.
Yep.
The next thing I kind of want to touch on is kind of like we've sponsored in the past, we partnered in the past. So I kind of want to talk about what that's done for you. We actually did a survey at 4 home games. On the back of the ticket, I know it's like hard to get people to do surveys.
Right.
So on the back of the ticket, we had a little survey link, and if they did it, they got a free ticket to an upcoming select game, or they got like a percentage off a group ticket.
Sure.
And so we actually, out of the 4 games, we actually had about an average of 18,500 people take the survey. And the first question we asked was like, did they recognize Harley-Davidson brand somewhere in the arena, or did they see it branded? And 85% of them said they did. So if you look at the numbers, that's about 16,000 people every home game that can see your brand and are aware of your brand.
Okay.
The next team kind of asked, since they're aware of it, like what they associate with it. And what they actually, the most common thing they associated with was having luxurious motorcycles and like long-lasting motorcycles. And I think that's something that you pride yourself on.
Yep.
The loyalty there. And third and final question we asked was what they think Harley Davidson is doing for the Milwaukee Bucks by partnering with them and sponsoring
Right.
them. And one thing we found out is that many people believe that you're loyal to Milwaukee since you're headquartered there, and they really like the sponsoring of the Milwaukee Bucks, and you're dedicated to the city. So I think that that's really good, knowing that what people think of you sponsoring the Bucks and see your brand.
Yep, I agree.
Okay, and now I have a couple renderings. I mean, obviously they're just drawn
Sure.
up because
Yep.
the arena hasn't been built yet. So if you look at this would be the outside of the arena, and where the Bucks or the BMO Harris Bradley Center right now is
Looks
located.
all glass on the top, huh?
Yep,
Cool.
they kind of have it like the Lambeau Field atrium, so you can kind
Yeah.
of look out.
Awesome.
But right now, you don't really want to look out of the arena because all you see is parking ramps and
It's not
city
terribly,
streets.
yeah, and the expressway's right there.
But where it's located, I don't know if you heard of some of these things, like Old Road
Yep.
3rd Street, the brewery, Water Street, Wisconsin Center.
Yep.
It's located right in the middle of all that, so there's active development on all sides of it. And another thing that's cool about where it's going up is they want an entertainment district
Mhm.
around it, and they don't want to just have it just be Bucks games. They want 365 days out of the year, whether it's concerts, fundraisers, games.
Would our suite would we get?
Yep, you get all that. And actually, yours would probably be the biggest suite. So when we have fundraisers or we have concerts, we try to put more of the, if the famous people came or celebrities or CEOs
Sure.
or fundraisers, we probably try to put them up in your box. And on the outside of this, you see how there's a beer garden and there's viewing parties, so you can watch games from the outside.
Sure.
So I think just the overall community of Milwaukee would be around the Bucks arena more, and I think that would help build energy around it.
That looks exciting.
Yeah. And then based on the inside, if you look right now, most of the people are in the second and third section.
Right.
So they're kind of far up, and we have the Harley Davidson located in the first.
Mhm.
So some people up top might not see it.
Sure.
So in the new arena, we're going to have more people on the first section. They want to expand the first
And they'll be
section.
looking up then.
Yep.
Rather than
And then
down.
they'll be looking either across it or up at it. So
Excellent.
a lot more people will see it.
Right.
And then like I said, very modern arena, looking out of the glass windows and stuff. So overall, I think that this puts Harley Davidson on the map. If more people are wanting to come to games, more people will be seeing it, and especially if you have fundraisers and entertainment, then they're going to be there 365 days of the year instead of the NBA season,
Mhm.
just home games. So are there any questions you have about any of this, or the BMO Harris Bradley Center right now? Any problems, objections?
No, we're excited about it. We've looked at some of the architectural plans as well because they obviously we're a big partner. We've been involved a little bit in it, but no, we're excited about it.
Okay, and then another thing that we would like to have you do is, since you know your clients and stuff, we'd like to, in the contract, if you're willing, we'd like to have you help construct it, design it, whatever you feel how many seats you want.
Right.
Whether
Like a
what
big
your,
motorcycle.
yeah,
coming out of
exactly. What your clients are looking for, because you kind of know that better than we do, and obviously you're sponsoring it.
it. Right.
So that's another thing we'd like to help you design it, or
Fun.
have you help design it.
We would
and
love
stuff.
to do that.
So, awesome. If you have no questions, I have a little contract for you. Would you? I was thinking maybe 2 years to start, and then go from there.
I think a 2-year lease is perfect, and evaluate, and hopefully it will be a no-brainer.
Yeah. Hopefully by then the Bucks are a little better and
Right.
getting there. So, awesome. I'll talk to your accountant and do some paperwork, and
Okay.
then I'll call you in a couple weeks.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You bet. Fill out your evaluation.